Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpier.
Hello.
We're here to wrap out, yes, and the Binding of Isaac, if you're watching the video version. We're here to talk about the very last week of the Swords of Ditto. This is our fourth out of 4 weeks, and I didn't play a ton because I couldn't. Apparently, I ran into some mental block where every time I started a new run, I just pooched it nearly immediately. So I did another couple runs and just said, well, okay, apparently I just will beat this once, and that's as far as I get.
Yeah, to be honest, that's probably where I'm going to be stopping, because I did beat it this week. I streamed it on Wednesday? Question mark.
Earlier this week?
And yes, and I beat it this week. I had a really solid run. And then I got the curse on me about the whole 5 days, and I was like, wait, did it ever do the 5 days? Like, I don't know if it told me about the 5 days the first time.
Yeah.
But it definitely did the second time. But I think
we had some confusion early on, because I could have sworn the game told me 24 hours, and for you, it seemed like 72, and now the game said, it's about 5 days. It's like, okay.
Yeah. So the thing I discovered, I think it did it deliberately because I'm pretty sure I still have plenty of time left on my first defeat of the boss run. And then I hit the same level as the boss.
Okay.
And then it was immediately like, today's the last day.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You have 24 hours to take care of what you need to take care of, and then you need to go face the boss. Like,
interesting. Okay.
So I'm curious if that's designed to stop you from over-leveling and being stronger than the boss allows you to.
That'd be smart.
Yeah. Slightly annoying because I was making real solid progress and I just unlocked 2 of those elemental root things on my current run. I was like, yeah, I can go back and get all these things. And like, no, now you 24 hours. Do what you need to do. It's time to go.
Right.
So I was like, great. It actually comes up with a timer at the top of the screen as well that tells you how long you've got, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I went in, and honestly, she was a cakewalk.
Oh, really?
Like, a genuine cakewalk. The tower to get to her, I almost died twice because stupid people.
It's tough.
But her herself, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was the fire damage. I don't know if it was just the fact that I was so over-leveled and max badge character, but she was gone like that.
Nice.
And then I got the stupid thing, the mark thing.
Yep.
That tells me to go and deliver it to this place, which I went to. I couldn't do nothing with it. So,
I
breaking the rules, I Googled it. You got to do it at nighttime.
Yeah, and I was just like, well, how was I supposed to know? Okay. All right. Okay.
Yep. That's exactly where I stood. Started running around the world again. I didn't go to any of those skull things after what you said about it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not going to touch them.
Yeah.
I'm going to avoid them like the plague. And then I stopped playing it, and I'm kind of done with this game right now.
Yeah. Not that it's bad, I'm just ready to move on.
Yeah, I mean, it's something which I think we mentioned probably in its first week. I have recommended The Story Goes On as a very good beginner roguelike.
Yeah.
I think this is the next logical step after that point. I think The Story Goes On is a good intro. I think Swords of Ditto is a great step too. It's a great next step before you go down the rabbit hole of Isaac and everything else.
Well, and I think Ditto might be a good, potentially a good bridge game. Like if you really like action games or you really love Zelda and you're interested in stuff like Gungeon or Isaac, this might be the good between, because it has the roguelike elements, but it plays very much like a 16-bit Zelda. So you can sort of, you're comfortable with the action part, and you're going to get used to some of the roguelike elements.
Yeah, and it's also not insanely paced. I think it's both a negative and a positive. For us both, it's probably a bit negative.
Yeah.
For most people, the fact that it's a slow and deliberate game, like, not as slow as Some of the Seas.
Right.
It's not as slow as some other games that we've played.
Right.
But the fact that it's paced so nicely, it's not trying to punish you with how fast the game moves. It's not trying to be like, oh, you don't have twitch reflexes. then you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Because there are times when Isaac can do that to you. It's like, oh, there's a guy literally an inch in front of you the second you go into a room.
You spawn into this room. There's 5 bosses. Ha ha ha.
Exactly. Whereas I feel like this is a bit more forgiving on that front. And yeah, give it a go. If you're interested in roguelikes and you're not sure, this is a very, very good step too.
Yeah, I think you mentioning it being a slower game is probably one of my frustrations with it, I guess. I wasn't disappointed. It's not a knock against the game. It's one of those things where just I don't want it to move as fast as something like Doom does, where you're running at 200 miles an hour. But I just want just like 10% faster, just a little bit of up and at 'em, like a little bit of speed there.
It's like they've got the things that increase your rolling speed.
Yep.
But it's like, give me some stickers that increase movement speed. Keep the attack speed the same. I don't care.
That feels good. Yeah.
Just give me a better movement speed. But then you think if you move faster, then you can dodge out of sword attacks easier. Sure. It kind of messes with the balance.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's kind of the point of roguelikes, is to take it, bend it, and then snap it in half as you destroy the game completely.
Yeah. I think overall I liked Swords of Ditto. I think I think for someone that doesn't like roguelikes and doesn't like roguelike elements, this isn't the game to win them over. I think there's enough. The runs are long enough that I feel like this isn't something I would recommend to them, but I think your recommendation stands. And I think overall it's a solid game. It's certainly not the best roguelike or best game I've ever played, but I've played many things that are way, way worse than this. And it's a solid game that works really well, and it has just enough mechanics to be fun without, I always want a game with more mechanics. I will always punish myself with Darkest Dungeon, but...
Yes, it's you. We have met you before. If you're this deep into We Roguelike it, you know that met. Boston likes mechanics.
Yeah, but I think Swords of Ditto has just enough stuff in it to kind of make it interesting from run to run without it having 300 things in a 10-hour tutorial. I think at the end of the day, Swords of Ditto is fun. I'm glad we played it. I'm glad we got a chance to play it. And it's probably not my favorite roguelike of all time. The scientists will weigh in during our ranking episode coming out at the same time as this does. But it's a solid game. It's good.
Yeah, it's a very fundamentally fine roguelike game with nothing that escalates it to that next level kind of thing.
Nothing outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Dead Cells and it's a Castlevania game where the controls are perfect.
Right. I'd say the only thing
that excels it.
For me, for Ditto, that excels it is probably the art style.
Yes,
I think that is
very good art style.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games that manages to do, I hate saying this, but manages to do a cartoony style, which most people use as like it's a
negative to most people, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it helps this game feel really good when it's blue sky and when the world is destroyed. It really fits both ways, and it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it definitely does. For anybody watching the video feed, by the way, I have something in my eye, so I can't open my eye anymore.
I'm just going to put the audio-only picture back up.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. But that's we roguelike it for Swords of Ditto. Let's talk about our next game, chosen out of our rapidly growing list of games that we have on here. It's well over 100 again.
Yep.
Chosen by random.org. I slap that list on in there and hit random, and I come with the first one, shockingly, which is Prey Moon Crash.
Ooh.
Yeah, a game Moon and I, before it came out, we were like, yeah, Prey roguelike, yeah. Like we're, kicking down the doors of Arcane saying like, put it in me. And then it came out and we said, it's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, we played it a little bit, but then we kind of both bounced.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be interesting to go back.
Yeah, it's been months since I played Mooncrash, and I'm curious to see if I enjoy it again. I'll probably start a new save, just to check out, the beginning and then some of the end stuff. Our estimate for this is probably going to be about 2 weeks. This isn't
Yeah.
this isn't the most complicated roguelike, and we've already played it a lot, so either we're going to be super into it for these 2 weeks or counting the weeks down. I'm not entirely sure. But Prey Mooncrash out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. It is, if you already own Prey, it's just a downloadable. If you don't own Prey, it comes with the digital deluxe edition. You'll get Prey
Something like
and
that, yeah.
Mooncrash.
And if you don't own Prey, why do you not?
Yeah, go play Prey and then play Mooncrash. If you haven't played Prey before, Mooncrash is probably not the best place to start because it really throws you into the deep end. At least do a like a run of Prey on easy just to get the mechanics of the game down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Prey Mooncrash, that'll be our game starting next week, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the video, everyone. Bye.